The Doctor is in. Star Wars Celebration 2019 really kicked off a lot of talk and controversy before the long weekend. There is a great deal to discuss, but for now, I will start small with a simple subject. For those of you who do not know who JJ Abrams is, he is the son of Gerald W. Abrams, an account executive turned modest producer of TV movies, and his mother, Carol Ann Abrams, a real estate agent and law school graduate who produced 3 made-for-TV movies you probably have not seen, which is okay. Even though his parents were not titans in the industry, JJ had a path of entry that many would find envious. But much like some of the characters and stories JJ has shown us, anyone who has an easy journey ends up lacking substance. Which brings us to why JJ Abrams hates R2-D2. Why do I make this claim? I will start with this latest teaser for episode 9. Notice something missing? I did. Here, and here, and here. Where is R2-D2? Where is the droid who has been a prominent character in this entire series prior to the Lucasfilm sale to Disney? Oh, you say he was in the Last Jedi teaser? That's good. But was he in the Force Awakens teaser? No, he was not. Once is a fluke, twice is intentional. Just like the original Force Awakens teaser from 2015, R2-D2 has been pushed aside in favor of BB-8. A droid, while cute, contributes nothing in this new series, aside from giving it the middle finger brought to you by JJ Abrams. Sure, we're led to believe it's a thumbs up, but really, it's an FU. JJ cannot argue R2-D2's absence to a shortage of time when he dedicates 2 shots of his teaser promoting BB-8 and D-O. This teaser gets every old and new main character in except for R2-D2. When an official trailer is released, we may see a shot of R2 as we did with the full trailer of The Force Awakens. But I say, too little, too late. Do not try to patronize me or any Star Wars fan with a lazy approach for such a beloved character. Even in the storyboard, which appears to be somewhere in the middle of this movie, there is no R2-D2. Like the last 2 installments of this trilogy, R2-D2, the heroic droid of the Rebellion, will be cast aside for a pair of simpler and lesser robots. Ponder this question for a moment. What does BB-8 do in The Force Awakens? As ordered by Poe, he runs away to protect a map to Luke Skywalker. He is captured by a single scavenger with a net, only to be rescued by Rey. His antenna is fixed by Rey, and he stays with her until Finn shows up with the First Order not far behind. He escapes with Rey and Finn, who returns him to the Resistance to deliver the map. That is it. He does not fix the Millennium Falcon, Rey does. When the ship is attacked, he just hangs around. He does not save anyone from any danger. He does not fix Poe's X-Wing during the attack on Starkiller Base. He does not do anything. Let's take a look at R2-D2's first adventure revealed to the world in 1977. Like BB-8, he is given a mission, this one by Princess Leia. When he is captured, it is by a team of Jawas and not a lone scavenger. Through this event, he finds his way to our heroes, and they begin their journey and wind up at the Death Star. In the Death Star, R2 provides Obi-Wan with information to help with their escape and discovers that Princess Leia is on board. When the rescue mission goes awry, he is there to help our heroes out of the trash compactor. When our heroes are escaping from the TIE fighters, he is extinguishing a fire on the Falcon. After he gives the plans to the rebels, he joins Luke on his attack against the Death Star. During the attack, R2 fixes Luke's X-Wing, repairing a stabilizer and diverting power to increase speed during the trench run. This is how much R2-D2 does in the first movie. R2-D2 is more than just a MacGuffin. We know this because of the feelings we get when R2 is shot by Darth Vader during the trench run. He is an active character that contributes to the story. By this comparison alone, R2-D2 is several times more interesting than BB-8. If R2 were more involved in The Force Awakens, many of those watching would come to this realization far sooner. JJ, being the plagiarist that he is, does not see those things. How could he? As I mentioned earlier, his parents gave him an easy path to enter this industry. He did not face many obstacles that would allow him to develop the skills we recognize in our heroes. He does not recognize depth. He is superficial and thinks Star Wars fans are superficial as well. All he knows of R2 is that he is the little droid that had the Death Star plans. So when he worked on BB-8, all he thought was that he is the little droid that has a map to Luke Skywalker. That is all that BB-8 was in The Force Awakens. Because of this, R2 cannot participate in JJ's movie without stealing the spotlight from BB-8. I ask you, if R2-D2 were used instead of BB-8, how different would The Force Awakens be? Next to plagiarism, JJ committed a heinous attack on story by creating a character such as BB-8 purely for merchandising reasons instead of story reasons. It's not enough that JJ gets paid to almost write and direct a Star Wars movie, he must also make money off of the characters and toys he adds to the franchise as well. As a director and pretend writer, any characters that JJ creates earns him more money when they are used or licensed out to other media forms. For a man who professes his love of Star Wars, he has certainly treated one of the most recognizable characters like a broken down roadster, tossed aside and covered up with a tarp before being sold for scrap. He replaced R2-D2 because there was no financial gain in using him in The Force Awakens. Instead, like a used car salesman, he directed us away from a reliable vehicle and showed us a smaller, less useful option that would benefit him more than us. Now he is doing it again with this new droid, D-O. He's smaller and some would find cuter than R2 and BB-8, though not me, but he is essentially a wheel with a lampshade. D-O does not have any compartments for tools to be useful like R2-D2. He beeps, so he is not useful as an interpreter like C-3PO. I suppose Anthony Daniels is happy he still gets to hold on to his job. Granted, he has only been in this new trilogy for a handful of minutes and hasn't even really translated or interpreted anything for our heroes. What is D-O's purpose to this story? I'll tell you. He is just another distraction from the fact that R2-D2, the heroic droid of the original Star Wars movies, has been cast aside so that JJ can make more money. If these droids were side characters and fun little moments not prevalent to the story, I would not be upset, but they are in the position of main characters. They should be more developed, more integral to the adventure. But they are so empty, so thin, that their existence is transparent. They are only in Star Wars to be purchased by fans. When a main character only exists to sell a toy, then it does not deserve to be part of a main story. That is my diagnosis as to why JJ Abrams hates R2-D2. It is because the little droid is better than anything JJ can come up with and doesn't make JJ any more money.